to the Circle of Eight podcast, episode 80, or chapter number 80. There's 20 more episodes coming in for episode 100. Wow, we've been 80 episodes in. Ochenta. Right in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the host of TV Will Not Be Seen. Here with my brothers in arms, a fellow four horsemen, but obviously the other one is missing today because he has to get ready for his performance coming up next week up in Michigan. So make sure to keep the plate destroyed as they're coming to you live for all you Michigan fans out there. Make sure you follow the one and only director, CK1, Chris Kennedy. He'll be there live performing for you. And of course, mis hermanos, I have the Mr. 69 reasons that he gives his 69 answers because he is Mr. 69 because he's pretty fly with that hat.
I was gonna have like the masquerade mask today just to kind of for episode 80 and also just to celebrate. It's like it's like our first time back in, I guess, what was it, like a week and a half?
Yes, I mean,
yeah.
You know,
I can't do the mask right now, but this is the best I could give you guys for right now. So for audio listeners, I'm just making like a hand mask with my fingers. But I'll have the masquerade mask episode 90 or next week. Who knows?
Who knows, right? And that is Mr. MGC, Mr. 69, Don Calles, Matt Callis Steamboat, ladies and gentlemen. Everything. And of course, this individual that lives 1,977,000 miles from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, because he is the MVP of podcasting, the most violent podcaster in the podcasting community world, because I'll give you the 5 reasons why. Because he is the undisputed, the unmatched, the unrivaled, the
At this point, any 2 words that start with UN apply.
The United Nations.
You
podcasting. Absolutely. You can call me the United Nations of podcasting. You could call me the unicorn of podcasting. All of the above. Because here I am, Money Mike Lopez.
See, he caught me off guard because the way how he was doing it, I was just like, fuck. I wasn't trying to look at you, but he caught me off guard. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the undisputed, the undefeated, the unrivaled, the unmatched, and the uncensored Money by God of podcasting, Mike Lopez. There you go. It's caught me off guard. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. I forgive you. It's okay.
Oh, thank you. Because I'm your Paul Heyman of podcasting, so I gotta make sure. Tribal Chief. Sorry, Dylan.
Let's not start that again.
I don't want to start.
The way,
not right away.
My challenge is about to expire in 3 days, guys. I did say December 5th. Tick tock. Tick tock.
Oh man. Here we go. But yes, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, because we were off. You know, it was a holiday week, so we need to spend time with our families. And of course, we had to take a week off. And now we're back. We're back in action today. So let's kick it off with AEW. Of course, Money Mike Lopez is wearing the Moxley shirt. You know, still speedy recovery from Moxley. Hope to see you soon. Let's start off with opening match, gentlemen. Allen 5 Angels versus the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. And I could say it was a great opening match. A lot of people, though, which I want to get your thoughts, gentlemen, are really not liking the fact that Bryan Danielson sold to Allen 5 Angels. We're saying it should be more of a grudge match. In my head, I'm like, what's up with that? Why? Why should it be that way? So I'll go ahead and go with Mr. 69. Will you do your thoughts about the opening match, and should it have been a squash match?
You know, I guess they're getting Allen Angels ready. You know, I mean, we remember how much we saw from like number 10, number 5, like all these guys they're really coming into their own. They're not using the numbers; they're saying their names. The masks are coming off. It's kind of something I kind of foresaw from the beginning when you know, people usually have factions, that they have alumni. It's like school training, you know, it's like a on-the-job training, more or less, when you start out in a faction. You know, who knows, like, Yeah, it's basically they're getting him ready for that next step up. You know, they're getting him ready. So there's like he's got to get used to what it. I mean, you can't always lose. You got to get used to winning, and jobbers possibly pulling out those upsets, and bam, they're gonna make you a superstar overnight. Gonna make you what, celebrity overnight. Celebrity, what was that? Was that a Kanye West song or something?
I don't. It wasn't. I don't know.
Make you a celebrity overnight, something like that.
Don't get me
Celebrity.
started. Don't get me started with the dancing, Matt.
You're getting Mike started, man.
Dancing all night.
All night.
All right, Money Mike, your thoughts?
So okay, people are so you. Let me get this straight. You want people, or people have been saying that this should have been a squash match. Why? Why is it? Why? Comment below, please. Let me know, because wouldn't you want to make stars? Why?
Celebrities overnight.
Celebrities overnight. The reality is that the more time that they spend on our screens, the more time that we become invested in them, and the more they're able to showcase what they can do. Alan Angels doesn't suck at wrestling. He's pretty good. And the reality is, by giving him a lot of time with someone with the caliber, the legendary, I would even go as far as to say Hall of Fame status of Bryan Danielson, then you put iron sharpens iron, and you're not going to sharpen that iron if you only use it for 2 minutes, right? So yeah, these things take time, and I'm all for competitive matchups, just like CM Punk, right? His match, you got to get these new guys over. It's a wheel turning, and if you're not contributing to what's going on, to the next part of the story, or the whatever it is that's going to come after, then there's no point. Then it's just WCW, right? So
Touche. I agreed with that. Great. Yes, I'm with you. And of course, one of the main ones who kind of brought that up was our favorite person in the world that I fucking hate, that I can't really say his name, because if I do say it, I'll get more upset, with his sidekick piece of shit. It should have been a squash match. I mean, what? Shut the fuck up. No.
I've got a response to them who say they should have made a squash match. Why don't we play something these hoes like? Drive whips, I know they like. Twista, you told her, right? I could make you a celebrity overnight, give you ice like Kobe's wife. We sort of
whoa.
oh,
easy there.
Gracious.
Kobe's wife is out of this question.
The way we mold them, right? I could make you a celebrity overnight. Like, I got bars for Twista. Like that, it was a Twista song. See,
okay, all right.
See, Seltzer. I get Seltzer says messes around with these bad comments. He gets some bars.
Yes,
he gets put behind.
Absolutely.
He gets put behind bars with some bars.
Yes.
Son.
Ooh.
Twista. Make you a celeb. Make Alan Angels a celebrity overnight.
There you go. But hey, this match, I enjoyed it. It was great to see Alan in his hometown, and the beauty of it is just seeing that smile of his face when the crowd is cheering for his name. It got to me a little bit, honestly. It really did. I was just like, oh man, such a great moment right there. You're in the middle of the ring, while how you said it, Money Mike, with the caliber of Bryan Danielson opening, the show, and putting I'm not gonna, out of 4 out of 5 beers, I would say it was a 4, 4, because I enjoyed to see Alan Angels giving what he could show in the ring, and for his size too, and that's what Bryan's intentions are too. To how you said, we're no longer like those WCW or WWF or the Shotgun Saturday Nights or those Sunday Night Heats or squash moments any longer. These are people that we want to put over, and of course, you want to put over like Alan Angels, who put himself over in the vlog and Sammy Guevara's. Of course, he's getting himself over, and I'm glad and I'm happy for him in that moment. I'm pretty sure it meant a lot to him, and I'm pretty sure he cried it backstage, like telling Bryan Danielson, thank you for this moment, because hey, well deserved, Alan Angel, well deserved. You deserve it.
Mike, was it you who told me what was it? Tommy Dreamer or Rhino or Taz who said, do you want to go over or stay over or something like that?
I wish I could take credit for that, but that's not from me.
I know, but it was like somebody who told me somebody else said that. It was like Alan.
Yes, it was
Alan
me.
Angel. Okay.
Yes, it was. If it's smart, yes, of course.
Get yourself over and stay over.
That's right. That is right.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of, over, another one that we're talking about over, you mentioned Money Mike, CM Punk, Lee Moriarty match, another great one. MJF and commentary, I enjoyed it, love it. I love it. But this overall, CM Punk is doing the same thing, man. These people need to understand. These two individuals are doing this, what they promised to do, to put over talent, and they want to have a pro wrestling match with these individuals. Not want to make it squash matches. And I like how MJ came and you can't even beat Lee Moriarty and all this shit talking about it. Oh, about Britt Baker. Oh my God, imagine you got Britt Baker in bed. I'm like, wow, you brought up Britt Baker about that. Then we bringing up Larry, about Larry, the dog, and then that's what got him hot right there. So I mean, man, I know we haven't talked about it because we were out during the holidays, but the promos have been going at it with each other. Jesus, one of the best. Buenísimo, bravo. See, it was fantastic. I cannot wait. Yes, Salt Bay right there, baby. That's right, Salt Bay. I cannot wait to see when this match takes place. We don't know yet as of yet. I know by far, winter's coming in 2 weeks, December 15th. We will see if that happens or not. But as of right now, no announcement yet. But with this, situation, I feel like we see maybe CM Punk and Wardlow maybe happening on winter's coming. Maybe. But that's going to be the looks of it. So I'll take it back to you, Mr. MGC. Your thoughts, CM Punk. MJF.
A lot of the quips are really good. Everybody's been talking about the less famous Miz, and a lot of the other lines. But one kind of quip I'm waiting for MJF to get at AJ Lee. Be like, "What's up, April? Well, let me show you what's like to get with a real man," or something like. He might. That's usually like a heel kind of, because I know Scott Steiner does that a lot. It's like,
Clubber Lang did that to get Rocky out of retirement. Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm. Whereas hitting on the wifey. So like MJF needs to go there soon. I'm surprised he didn't go there at the beginning or somewhere towards the end, or he's gonna have like, I don't know. He's gonna do something pretty out there that's gonna get everybody talking. We've only seen the tip of the iceberg, guys. And they haven't actually like shown the picture on the monitors or worn like a t-shirt of the picture of MJF and CM Punk when MJF was little, or maybe like, have Rosie O'Donnell show up at the event, or somebody like, like I know if I was like in a feud with MJF, I would dress up as Rosie O'Donnell and I'd be singing "You Are My Sunshine," badly or something. I don't know. I think I'd be clowning like a madman, like 24/7. Like anytime MJF would throw shade, I'm just gonna sing "You Are My Sunshine, my only sunshine." Yep. They sing that to him on the indies when he gets beat up.
I gotta see that. Money Mike.
I will say, and this might be a unpopular opinion, maybe. However, I don't like the whole Britt Baker inclusion in this. I feel like, CM Punk mentioned her a couple of times here and there, but she's got really nothing to do with this. And if you're gonna mention somebody, I don't know, would she get involved? Would Adam Cole get involved? I know if I was Adam Cole, I would show up and do something to MJF for bringing her up, right? So, but I guess I feel like name dropping other people that really have nothing to do with this now from here on out, I feel like it should be done, because now they're going to move into more into the rivalry, to the point where I feel like it's gonna start getting physical. You know, I'm ready for punches to be thrown, words to come down, you know. That I feel like it's getting to that point. And if Wardlow is involved, a match with him and Punk is definitely not out of the table, right? For Winter's Coming. Winter's Coming is shaping up to be quite a impressive show already. So why not have that on there? Maybe open the show with that. So yeah. But anywho, yeah, we all knew that this rivalry or feud is going to be great. Great TV. A lot of people have been talking about it. Edge with that cheap pop on Raw. Yes. How ironic that his was the cheap pop, but he's claiming that the other one is. Yeah. So, but that only kind of goes to show that WWE is, they have the pulse on what AEW is doing, and they're watching. Yes, of course. Edge, yeah, for one of your top guys to be bringing up something that goes on the other show, yeah, they know what's up. They know what's going on.
Yes, they do. I mean, shit. Edge wrote that promo himself, so that wasn't scripted. He wrote that himself. So I mean, yeah. For those cheap shots that they throw at each other, I like it. I mean, it's cool. Why not? We need that type of like feud, anyways. I mean, I like it anyways. We need that old school type of WCW, WWF at the time. I don't mind it, but I'm with you that okay, that's done. Now let's get into the real personal. Now let's get physical. And now we get into
like I'm watching. I'm cleaning my screen here. Physical. Yeah.
Just like the music video.
Oh, I haven't even seen it.
I haven't seen it either. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that 100%. They should move forward with that and not go, you know. And now let's get into the personal. You know what I think though? They maybe could save that Punk and MJF for the TBS debut, because you're transitioning to TBS.
Yeah,
you're gonna need a high-profile match. Maybe that could be the one. To headline, yeah. And you're gonna have a lot of people tuning in, and wow, I just can picture already the viewership, the demographics of what would that be. I'll be curious to know that. I'm just excited to know if they make that the number, the headlining for the TBS opening, debut for Dynamite.
On a side note, with this TBS thing, I hope that they keep it at 5:00 East Western time. Pacific, I guess you could say, because I enjoy watching Dynamite at 5 and having the rest of my day just, available. So yeah, and that way I avoid spoilers. So hopefully that continues in TBS.
I think it will. I don't think it's going to change because he can't compete. He needs to have everything live with, when everything's going on the East Coast, same time. And I hear it's working great. Have not heard anything or read anything that has been a flaw for him going the same time. I mean, come on, why not? And then, we're almost towards the end of the season of football. And then, basketball almost, you're getting to the playoffs. You have, obviously the NHL playoffs coming up too. So baseball right now is sort of shut down. So he has the advantage right here. Pro wrestling has the advantage right now of what's going to happen in an upcoming year. So we have to wait and look forward to see what's going to happen. Let's move on now with this upcoming feud that I don't know if I'm intrigued. I don't know if my heart is completely open. It's open, but I'm like, am I intrigued? And that is the Adam Cole, the Young Bucks versus the Best Friends feud. I don't know. I'm more like, you see, we critique, we give our opinions. So we're not AEW marks, ladies and gentlemen. We like I said, we love pro wrestling. So this is one that I'm like, they could have kept the Bucks out too as well. Let Adam Cole and Bobby Fish do what they have to do, like, undisputed style, type of style. Let them go ahead and run around while the Bucks, everybody's taking a break. But are you excited, Money Mike, with this feud?
Meh. I would have wanted a Adam Cole Orange Cassidy feud on its own.
Yes.
I think that would have been fine. But I feel like this is just a recycled Jurassic Express feud. That's exactly what this is going to be. Hopefully it's different enough because, I don't know. It doesn't capture me, and it kind of came out of nowhere. I can't even remember how this started. Like, where did this beef come from? So, is Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends still part of Chaos? Is Chaos going to be a part of this? Is this going to be what brings in Okada? Right? I said the word there.
Don't get that excited.
Yes, Ned Flanders mode activated. So yeah.
He's playing with his hat.
The hat is dancing by itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, excited. I wouldn't say so, but let's see where it goes. Right? That's as far as I can go.
Yeah. All right. But is your heart a little bit open with it?
You know what? It's cracked open. Because of all the damage WWE has done, it's cracked. So yeah, they could peep in there. Orange Cassidy can look through.
Matt Callis, talk to me.
So I don't think I was here for when I wasn't able to talk about Orange Cassidy joining Chaos. I know I definitely sent it to our group chat, and the big thing, because I always draw the comparisons between Orange Cassidy and Tetsuya Naito, so that's kind of like, I want that Adam Cole Orange Cassidy rivalry. I think we'll get a lot of good matches out of those two alone. Just like I agree with what Mike says, just one-on-one is more than good enough. Not too much interference. Put him in a cage. No interference. No one else allowed out ringside. Or the other big thing, here's where Chaos plays a big role, a big part. One guy who I have so much love for in Chaos, many times never open weight champion, Mr. Hiroki Goto. He is such a badass. He looks so cool. He was in line for championship. He hasn't won the IWGP heavyweight title yet, but I think he should come to the US and take up some gold if Bushi Road's not giving him any gold in Japan. Hiroki Goto should come over there. We already saw Tomohiro Ishii, opening up a can of whoop ass. Ishii, the Stone Pitbull doing the work. And there's a lot of other really cool guys in the Chaos stable that could just come over anytime. Ivan, you could correct me. Who was the one out of Shon Yo that the one who joined House of Torture and then the one who stayed with Chaos? Because I know one of them, Yo's the good guy.
Shit. Yeah, Yo's a good guy. Show, I think, went evil. I think
so we could have Yo. So we could have Yo coming over here, and he's looking jacked now. Yo's like, he's looking good as a solo wrestler. I mean, we'll have I think at this point they might make another form of Roppongi 3K, because there's Roppongi 3K, Roppongi Vice, Roppongi America. Who knows? Roppongi AEW or something like that, with Yo and maybe Wheeler Yuta or one of the other guys.
Yeah, we never know.
A lot of things could happen. A lot of things could happen with this. Don't just limit it to just the Roppongi 4K against Young Bucks. We got a lot of good stuff that could happen. Yo gets that pin on Nick Jackson.
Definitely. And now move on with this. 2 undefeated tag teams, and finally we get to see them in the ring for the first time. For me, the first time we see them wrestle. And that is, of course, Zhang and Darby Allin versus the Gun Club.
Whoa!
We got to see Zhang and Billy Gunn for the first time. I think for me it's the first time. I don't know.
First time ever. Never got to see it in WWE ever. Never. Imagine this is a dream match from the Attitude Era, from the Monday Night Wars.
Yes, very true. So take it away, Money Man. Take it away, Mike Callis.
I gotta say, the Stinger himself. It was pretty cool. Him trying on the new makeup, and then him with the Scorpion Deathlock. You know, it's now I could say for sure with this other in ring match with Sting. Hopefully, 6 months from now, once Kenny comes back, I could finally get my dream match of Sting versus Kenny Omega. You know, they got to let it happen. And we'll talk about this more later on in the episode. Pro Wrestling Noah's Keiji Muto and Sting again for their legendary rivals from Japan. They were the same height and same size. So it's like seeing Roddy Piper and Hogan get together again nowadays. It's like that kind of like classic rivalry. Your Sherlock Holmes, your Moriarty, your Lex Luthor, and your Superman. Those two are legendary nemesises, and and now it's definitely more than a possibility. Keiji Muto and Kenny Omega, Keiji Muto against anybody on the AEW roster. Let's allow magic to happen. The door is open. Magic.
That's right.
Magic.
Money Mike.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it's their first match against each other. They did, I think, trade blows at WrestleMania 31, if I'm not mistaken.
You were there.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yes, I was. And yeah. So overall, what I was sitting down watching the match, and in my head I was like, Sting has had probably like six more matches than he did in WWE already, and he's older. Why did WWE not use him even to this capacity? Why? Bad decisions. Bad WWE. Bad. You had Sting in your roster, and it's like, this is the icon Sting. Again, he was younger, and he was able to have that match with Rollins, and unfortunately Rollins messed him up. But if you remember, there was a good amount of time in between those two matches, Triple H and Rollins. So yeah, why did that? It just bad decisions, bad book. How is that phrase? Bad booking from bad creative or whatever.
It was a stupid idea from bad creative.
There you go. That.
Who booked this shit? Who booked this shit?
Why would
you
do that? I'm bringing that back because my goodness, if I had Sting in my roster, I would use him as much as I could, and I feel like that's what Tony Khan is doing. And I am not going to be surprised if they make a run for the tag titles. Would they win? We don't know. But at this point, they're starting to mention they're undefeated, right? They already beat another undefeated team in a Gun Club, right? So, I would not be surprised. It would be great to see Sting hold the title one more time.
Sting has such a history in tag teams, him and Ultimate Warrior when they were young, the Blade Runners, when they were the Blade Runners, and then Sting and Luger. You got to remember that Sting and Luger tag team is probably like the best non-tag team tag team. They were they didn't have a team name. They were just Sting and Luger. So this is going to kind of have that same kind of feel, that flavor.
Absolutely. So yeah, they've got gold in their hands, and I can't wait to see what happens.
Absolutely. And speaking, I can't wait to see what happens on this one, on the, with the tournament up to date for the TBS Championship, the women's division. I wish this match had more time. I wish they should have scrapped off the Warlow squash match. There was no fucking point to put that match, in my opinion. That's another. See, I'm critiquing, ladies and gentlemen, of what they're doing. They should have given Ruby Soho and Chris Statlander at least that time that Warlow took from television, because that match itself it was great. It could have been more great if it were given that extra time. because seeing even the crowd was into it, and I was like, yes, this is, and even though the win was just unexpectedly out of nowhere, I wanted to win differently, but at least this match did deliver. But I wish if they would have given a little bit more time, then it would have delivered more. And this is where the issue we've been talking about, giving the women their time. And I mean, I know Tony's trying, but you got to try harder, brother. You got to try harder than this. You got to get rid of those type of nonsenseless matches that you put like a Wardlow and give it to the women. This is where the women needs to shine in AEW. You need to get the women's division up. You need to start picking it up. Put 2 matches on Dynamite, or 2 matches at least on Rampage. Get them up, because right now WWE is not doing a fantastic job. But this is the advantage you should take, Tony Khan. If you're listening or you're watching, do this. But this match overall did deliver, but I wish it could have been more time for it, because it would have been more like, did not expect to win like that. But I'll take it to you, Money Mike. Take it away.
Yeah, you know what? And even my girlfriend was hyped for this match. She's been following the TBS tournament, and she's got her pick to who's going to win the overall. So she's invested. And I feel like this is a great way for girlfriends, to kind of come in through the door, right? And right, the heart, right? Corazoncitos abiertos, right? So often hussy. So yeah, overall, the point here is that if you give more time to the women, that's a whole nother demographic that you open. There's millions upon millions of women that you could reach out to. And I know that they've tried with AEW heels, right? They've tried to reach out to the female demographic, but really, like, your in-ring stuff is going to do that. Look at UFC. UFC has been able to gather this following of women's MMA, and it's just as good as the men. And at some points, it's even better, I would say. So definitely capitalize on that. And there is an audience for it. You got to cash in on it, because WWE is messing up.
Definitely. But the match overall with Ruby Soho and Chris Statlander, your thoughts about the match?
As far as the time, I don't think it was that bad. I don't think it was as a negative. Could it have been longer? Yes, but I'm glad it wasn't as short as WWE women's matches, if we were to compare, right? But I there were some spots that I enjoyed. In particular, that spot where I forgot what Ruby Soho was going for, but then Statlander, she was walking on her hands there for a little bit. She did the handstand. Yes. And yeah, I was like, okay, cool. It's those kind of spots. And overall, I enjoyed it. But, and here's the big but, that you gotta give the semifinals match that respect, because it's down to the wire here. And these are your 4 big names going for this title. So you gotta give it time. Those.
Hell yeah, preach it, brother. Oh, I'm excited. Mr. 69.
Oh, well, I must say, no. I guess I really liked the finish. That roll up was very, it was very fruit roll up flavor, fruit roll up, death by roll up, definitely a roll up for all roll ups. Now it's very roll uppy roll up. I gotta say also, Chris Statlander, definitely, they gave her plenty of time to look strong in that match.
Yes.
So that was a lot of power. A lot of Power Ranger power.
I liked it. I think, I mean, they protected her too at the end, so she would not look like a bad loss. I get it, but I wish they could have just a little extra time, a little bit longer time. It could have been better, because they would have shown their ability, in-ring skills, abilities, of the chemistry that they showed, that they just need more time. That's why I asked for, give me what I want, damn it. Damn, where's the button where I can press that where Batista come out? Don't worry, it'll come soon. It'll come soon. Watch, it's gonna come.
Give me what I want.
Give me what I want. You're gonna get that pretty soon. And now let's get to the main event. And that is, of course, anybody but Cody. Nah, Cody Rhodes, I'll give you respect. I know you tried this time, defeating Andrade in the Atlanta Street fight. We did see, okay. I had to rewatch it, but something tells me that was not glass that he had behind his back. That was Vaseline. And I knew it because when something came up, like, why is it like look like it was like smothering or something? Something was up. And like there has to be something going on. So, and there you have it. So now we have Cody going over, defeating Andrade. And with that, reverse suplex through the flames, Brandy coming out. The crowd, you know what? I give the crowd, at least they kept the back brace. They didn't throw it back. So I can give them that. So they kept it. So Cody had his little moment, but not too much. But he had it.
It would have been sad because it's his hometown, if I'm not mistaken.
His father's hometown,
So, yeah.
yes, Atlanta, Georgia, baby. That's where he currently resides too. That's where he. So take it away, Money Mike. Your thoughts about the main event?
Okay, I have a bone to pick with Cody here.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and I'll be honest. I hashtag anybody but Cody. I'll share it here and there, but I don't mind Cody. I think he's all right. I think if I met him, he'd be a cool dude, based on what I see from the vlogs. However, he just shoots himself in the foot sometimes. My goodness. Okay, and all credit to Andrade. Andrade was doing a superb job being the heel here. My goodness, it's like, the crowd was saying, "Oh, we want tables," and then he teased the crowd with it, and you're not getting tables right now. And that's such a heelish thing to do. They were turning on Andrade instead of booing Cody. They were booing Andrade because of that, and him doing his role right as the heel. And then Cody does some stupid crap of kicking Andrade in the nuts. Is it legal? Yes, but it's such a heelish thing to do. And I, as soon as that happened, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna start booing him again.
And what happened?
Yeah, they booed him. They booed him. Jeez, Louise, kid, why would you do that? The crowd was starting to turn to his favor, and he goes and does this heel move. As far as the Vaseline stuff, early on there was like a trash can or things got thrown out. I thought that maybe something fell on him on his back or something like that. That was my explanation. Okay. But other than that, it's like, I want Cody to stick to the face role if he really means that, right? But it's like he's doing heel things. And okay, sure, he did that, and he probably is gonna get booed next week because he is not in his hometown. But it seems like he really he just wants to be face, but it's not working out, man. He's got to turn, and he's going to. I'm saying it now. He's going to turn. Yes, he is. And then Brandy comes back and lights the table on fire, and Cody Rhodes, you do not obey the laws of physics, my man. In what world are you going to be burnt, get the most burning, and win that match? No. Yes, I'm a AEW guy for sure, but there was no logic to him getting the win. Andrade didn't go through that table. Cody did, and yet he gets the win. So you keep messing up, Cody. Get it together.
Mike, I think I might have an explanation. And when you roast meat, you cover it with the foil and it cooks the meat inside of the foil. I think Cody's Cody's made of foil and that fire. So they roasted in a few seconds they roasted Andrade's body and they turned him into Puerco Pibil. Like
Ooh.
in a few seconds. Inside, like I think Cody is tinfoil or something like that. May I take it away, Ivan?
Well, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Please.
I've got some pretty interesting takes on Cody, I must say. You know, I think what people don't like is kind of how Cody's presenting himself right now. Cody has a whole other side of him on like being the elite and on the vlogs that is more like, I think a goofy, nerdy Cody is kind of what we like, if not a heel, because it's not, I think what Cody actually said is like, there's more than just heel and babyface. So I think a goofy, nerdy Cody, I think everybody could get behind and enjoy, you know, like put him in some of those comedy storylines, you know, people might have a lot more fun with that rather than just, you know, very dramatic, very rich. I'm having a baby. I'm, you know, giving speeches on morality. And we're actually seeing little previews of that thanks to a little friend of mine named Kid Bandit giving me in addition to AEW Dark, there's a little, it's not really a kayfabe secret. Cody's kind of playing with this character, Fuego 2. You know, he's wearing a luchador mask. He's covering up his tattoos with makeup. And I think that's kind of either it could head there in a funny, goofy, fun-loving Mr. America Cody of some kind, nerdy Cody. Because Cody talked to Kid Bandit about, you know, Legend of Zelda and a character from Legend of Zelda. I was like, kid, you need to dance like this one character from Legend of Zelda.
Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
I already know exactly. I already know.
Yeah, that one character. So the other route, this other recent event can make Cody's heel turn more possible, you know, and I'll reveal it now because, you know, this event involved Jay Lethal, who we saw on TV. Jay Lethal had a match with Matt Cardona at WrestleCade. I believe that's a GCW event. And who came to interfere but Jeff Jarrett smashing his guitar on Matt Cardona. So Jeff Jarrett is currently a free agent. He's currently, you know, within reach. You know, a lot of the AEW talent are talking with them. They know him. You know, they definitely know him, no doubt. So if Cody does turn heel, expect to see some guitar smash. If he doesn't, expect some nerdy comedy. So it's got to be, he can't stay a serious babyface. That's the one thing he can't do.
This is where I wish I had the button. You got to give Matt, give me what I want. Give me what I want. Give me what. He needs that. He's been asking for Jeff Jarrett and Cody for a long time. And
it's either that or nerdy Cody or Jeff Jarrett and Cody.
But we already have a nerdy one. We have nerdy Kenny Omega. We have that.
Kenny's out for 6 months.
Yeah, so but that's his own character. This is, well, Kenny, we all know that he is a nerd. And I'm like, and I mean that out of respect. I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm saying it in a good way. But we're
all nerds here.
Yeah, we're all nerds here anyways. But I mean, he, you know, everybody knows his persona. And what Cody is, for me, Cody's more like the Miz. I know that they put MJF, but I think more like he's more for me like the Miz than MJF is. And I think because he's more outspoken out there, he's more on the camera. He put his personal life more out there nowadays, and he's on doing his own reality show than being a judge of a program. And it's just like he's putting himself out there. He wants to be, I can't say he wants to be the next scene or anything. He just wants to be himself. But I think he's trying to make himself be the market value for all elite. Because nobody's really doing it. He's the only guy, I mean, that is doing it. And that's the case. They should have put the belt on him in the first place. Instead of him relinquishing his belt.
I just want Cody cracking more jokes like he does on, I think it was on the Sammy Guevara blog where he's like, do you want to take a ride on the BBC? You know, the BBC. The big black car, you know. That's the Cody I want to see more of.
Yes, that honestly, Matt is absolutely 100% right.
Yeah,
and the thing is that for whatever reason, I want to see Cody Rhodes in a kind of Johnny Knoxville sort of role.
That's good. That'd be
right.
fun.
where he's like the leader, but he has this group of guys or whatever that does all the comedy skits and whatnot. I think he can pull it off, and he needs to get away from this whole serious, like Matt said, like morale speeches and whatnot.
Moral oral. I'm crying.
Yeah,
All that.
yeah, and I feel people see right through that. People know that he's kind of phoning that in a bit. So it is what it is.
Yeah, that is true. We'll find out, further on. But if it does happen, though, I'm gonna go back and watch episode 80 to see which one of those two is gonna happen. Either he's gonna go heel or be a goofy face, and I cannot wait. And I want to remind yourself, ladies and gentlemen, too. Remember this: episode 80, December 3rd, this Friday, and you know this. Remember that if it does happen, come back and look at this episode, December 3rd, 2021, because if it does happen, because I will be looking forward to seeing that. Now, especially for Rampage coming up tonight, as we have Pac and Penta versus FTR, says Phoenix is out. Then we have Jade Cargill versus one of Thunder Rosa's students, which is not only just Thunder Rosa, there's also Jazz and also Rodney Matt's students as well from Dog Pound, training facility. Jana Kai, she's one of the fellow members for Culture Inc. Shout out to my boys, Culture Inc. Jana Kai is underrated. She just had a match at Ring of Honor, keep an eye on it, which is, it was on YouTube. I cannot wait to see what her and Jade Cargill. I just can't wait to see it. That's all I can say about it. And we have, of course, Sammy Guevara defending the TNT Championship versus Tony Nese. That match I'm looking to see because I want to see what Tony Nese is all about. Size promo. He still needs to work on his promo, man. I'm sorry. I mean, like I said, he needs to work on a better. He needs a manager. He needs a manager, gentlemen. I just can't. I can't take the guy serious. He looks too like. You don't look tough to me, man. Like if I see you on the streets, you really call me out like that, I'll be laughing on your face, man. I'm sorry, Tony Nese. Oh, don't kill me. I know you're bigger than me.
I'll let him know you said that.
Oh shit! No, don't tell him that. Then, of course, one of the AEW, the last, before we go to commercial break, Big Swole parted ways. She just wanted to get herself mentally great, and wants to do other adventures, and we wish her nothing but. We're not saying the best wishes and future endeavors, none of that crap. No, we just wish her for the best, and hopefully, wherever she lands, hopefully it'll be a great opportunity for her wherever she goes, if she still continue on being, in the pro wrestling industry. So I wish her the best. Just hope that she doesn't go with her man, Cedric Alexander, to Stamford, Connecticut. I hope not, because if it does happen, I don't know, man. I'm scared, Money Mike. What do you think?
I mean, it's unpredictable at this point. Didn't she get a degree in something?
She did. I forgot what was his degree for. Jesus,
who knows? Thugonomics, perhaps.
Yes.
Or life.
Yeah, we it seems that she's doing other things, and from the statement that she released, she did mention that other things are going on in her life, and more power to her, right? I'm sure she's gonna succeed in whatever it is that she puts her mind in, and she seems like a smart person, and yeah, all the best.
Absolutely.
I gotta say, when it comes to Big Swole, she doesn't have to go to the WWE anymore. Other than AEW, I gotta say the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th place promotions, they're getting more and more powerful as the days go on. I gotta say AEW kind of had a ripple effect to all the other indie promotions, that you could make a living off some of these promotions as they get more and more, more money, more attendance. You got GCW, you got Ring of Honor will be reborn. She could be the big fish in the small pond. So many
Championship wrestling from Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Or MLW.
PCW, Ultra, right?
That's right. That's right. And which our fellow sponsorship, ladies and gentlemen, is PCW Ultra. That is officially our sponsor. We're their sponsors, and also for Old Fashioned Wrestling as well. Old Fashioned Wrestling, because we like old fashioned wrestling. There you go. Well, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. So watch this upcoming commercial for Old Fashioned Wrestling coming to you live here for all your SoCal pro wrestling fans out here. So watch this commercial and the upcoming announcing match card. We'll be right back. Episode 80. You saw the commercial. Don't forget, for all you SoCal Pro Wrestling fans, December 9th, Thursday, on Don Quixote, we will be there. Circle the Debate, as we're sponsoring the event for Christmas Chaos for Old Fashioned Wrestling. As the main event, is you have the PCW invades Boyle Heights, as we have the PCW heavyweight champion Alex Hammerstone defending the PCW World Championship versus Slice Boogie. That's the main event. Cannot wait to see. And the other main event that for the first time ever they meet for the first time, and that is the Hellbent Vixen, the Hellbent Collector, and that is the PCW Ultra Women's Champion Viva for first title defense versus Zeda Zhang. That's going to be a great main event as well to see. I cannot wait to see that match. And also we have Dallas King versus Rob Shit, and also we have Slice Papo Esco versus Jordan Cruz. So you have the, championship from Wrestling World Television Champion versus Heritage World Champion on Old Fashioned Wrestling. Cannot wait to see that. And of course, you have Class versus Zimmer Zero, and also much more. Appearances from Susie and appearances from No Way Jose. He formerly known as No Way Jose. He will be there as well for the meet and greet. So don't forget to purchase your tickets. The link is right below on the description where you can purchase them. Get them now before it's, they're selling out like hotcakes. There's still limited amount of tickets left. So you make sure you purchase your tickets now and be a part of history of Old Fashioned Wrestling Thursday, December 9th at Don Quixote in Boyle Heights, Los Angeles, California. We'll see you guys there. That is a fact. So now let's get into it. Oh, one more thing I forgot to even add it as well, which is Jay Vidal, who's defending the ultra lightweight title versus Kevin Blackwood. That match is going to be spectacular, by the way. I forgot to mention that. And also you have John Wolfgang versus Mr. Classic. I'm telling you, this card is fucking stacked. So I'm telling you guys, don't forget to purchase tickets. December 9th. So now, yes, let's get into it. Very brief pro wrestling news. As we know, the announcement, Nia Jax, not her formerly known as Nia Jax, is now what, Lena or Luna? Fanini. Well, she's not, she doesn't know about her coming back in wrestling. Everybody thought, oh my God, this is her new wrestling name. No, that's her real name. So the speculations is that she possibly can be done with pro wrestling and maybe moving on to something else, maybe acting or we don't know what's her next motive. Everybody feels that maybe she might come back. Everybody feels that she might get rehired because of the bloodline family being related to Dwayne Johnson, but I don't see her coming. I don't see her coming back. So take it away, Money Mike. Do you see Nia Jax coming back?
No. Yes, you could say, oh, I might be retiring from wrestling. But what that tells me is no offers have been thrown at her. At least that's my interpretation. She's kind of, again, I have nothing to base this on, but I feel like she's probably saving face from getting no offers. And, maybe she thought that there would be. related to The Rock, and all that good stuff. And I wonder how she feels about that. I wonder how she feels about everybody saying, "Oh, just because you're related to The Rock and this and that." So but she revealed her new name. Therefore, there's got to be some sort of intent right there in doing something in wrestling. If you're gonna, reveal your new stage name, it's not like she's gonna go into acting with that name. It's going to be in wrestling. So there is intent, but I feel like no offers were made.
Matt Callis.
I gotta say, if she always gets a lot of heat for her botches, but I gotta say, some people should keep in mind that when you're working for the WWE, they're very, I believe, strict about how they want you to wrestle and how they want you to move and what they want you to do in a match, and how they want you to move exactly. It's like, and the things that they don't allow you to do. So maybe Nia Jax will be more comfortable in the outer promotions in the other world, because she could probably find a style that's more comfortable, more fitting, suited to her body, how she wants to move, what she wants to do, where she won't botch as much, or she could just it's just like second nature. It's like playing the kind of music you want to play, more or less. Make the movies you want to make, paint the paintings you want to make, bake the bakings you want to make, and rake and take, and all the sake, for heaven's sake. Every day,
some cake.
Move the ways. I got bars.
You got bars
for Nia Jax.
Yes, and you know what? For her, I would like to see her take, if she really wants to stick to pro wrestling, take your level to train in Japan, or train with Ryo Mizunami, train with people like that, the Japanese women who are the heavy hitters. Go back to 101 and feel and check, go look back of what you've done wrong in the ring and fix, and, tend to adjust to it or readjust or develop something new. And that's what she wants to do, continue with it. Like I said it before, I said it in previous episodes, she has the charisma, she has the looks, but obviously, the problem is the in-ring skills. But for her, she has it. If I were her, take your skills, study more, go back to 101, study with these great Japanese women that I mentioned, or even go with maybe Thunder Rosa, or Jazz, or, go back, go with legends, learn, pick on people's brains so you can get an idea of what you want to do. And look, it's not about the way how you look, it's just like how to move, how to use that and move with it, and what you can do in the ring and showcase and show people, oh my God, oh, whoa, people have done it. Like we see, watch Shako Pro, watch Stardom, DDT, Shotokyo Pro, there's so much out there, even, Mission Pro Wrestling. There's a lot of women's wrestling that are her size and are moving fucking great. But that's up to her, I just wish her the best. And hopefully, whatever direction she goes to, and I hope she doesn't feel like, oh, they're gonna get me back. Nah, don't wish that. Don't get your hopes up. Just move forward. Don't be like, oh, well, they got this person back, why they can't hire me back? Nah, don't forget.
It's like in a relationship. If you let it go and it comes back, then it's meant to be.
Yes, absolutely.
Nia Jax being back for the attack,
And speaking of,
sounds kind of whack. Take that back.
Oh shit! And speaking of, if it's meant to be, well, now we know, is this meant to be? As we know that, what's going on in NXT is that we have Beth Phoenix, who's making her final appearance on NXT War Games this Sunday. She will no longer be a part of the commentary team, and now she's leaving. And then also, are we seeing the last time of Johnny Gargano, Kyle O'Reilly coming this Sunday as well? Because they extended their, the contracts. I rumor your windows that Vince McMahon is fighting his best to keep him. And because he wants to keep Gargano and O'Reilly. But the way how it looks to me, I think they might keep Gargano. I don't think Riley's going to stay. Unless they offer something to Riley. But what is there to offer to these both individuals? You're not going to offer them a main event spot in a main roster. You're not, because Vince is about big guys anyways. I don't know. But I want to get your take, Money Mike. What do you see? We know all these, we see Beth's already gone. Who will take her place? That's one question for you. And the follow-up is for these two. What do you think?
Those are big shoes to fill, I would say, in my opinion. I really got used to Beth Phoenix's voice in NXT.
Yeah.
And yeah, somebody goes and it's the opportunity for someone else. So I'm very, very curious to see who they would get. Hopefully it's another female. I think that really brings a good dynamic to NXT.
Yes.
2.0.
Yes.
So very cool there. And as far as Gargano and O'Reilly, if I'm O'Reilly, here's what I would say. Vince, give me the Royal Rumble. Let me win it. I might not win at WrestleMania. I might not win the title, but at least give me the Royal Rumble. That's what I would say. If that was me. If I was if I was in his shoes, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. Yes. And let's see what happens there. The rumor is that he's not going to resign or he's going to go away, right? Honestly, man, the way 2.0 is going, smart move. And the way things have gone for other NXT alumni in the main roster, smart move, because it's not a pretty picture for NXT people in the main roster for sure. You had Wildcat and the Gladiator in Killer Cross. So no. I'm sure he will do fine wherever he is. How is it? Right? So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be undisputed at this point.
For O'Reilly for sure, but I don't know. I said it. Matt Caddis, I want to hear your thoughts.
I gotta say, something to always consider is that, I've used this analogy many times before. Put yourself in the shoes of a wrestler's there at the promotion. When you see a bunch of other wrestlers leaving, that leaves room for you to rise up in that pecking order. It's like, oh, now that this guy's gone, that means I'm in the title picture. Imagine like let's turn the clock back. So imagine if all that talent that never went to WCW, imagine if it was like that. You think a lot of the people who were champion from like 93 to 97 to 98 would be champion? I'm not so sure.
That's a good question. Very good question.
Hogan could be at like that back office, be like, no, make me champion for the 10th time, brother. Like you wouldn't even see anybody in that title picture until maybe later on. So who knows, who'd rise up from this. LA Knight could be rising up to that title picture. A lot of different people are going to be looking. If I was an undercard guy on NXT, I'd be like, wow, this is a blessing. I don't care what they do with me. I just want that strap and I want to be the face of the company.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be a big deal later on, maybe in the next 6 or 7 years or 5 years, when I jump to AEW and I'm a former like 3-time NXT champion or 3-time NXT champion, 3-time, Universal champion and all that. So imagine being that, you in their shoes. Same deal with the women as well.
Yeah. I mean, I see both of these guys probably leaving. And remind you that MOW they opened their open door policy. Not forbidden, but they're open. I wouldn't mind seeing them in MOW to help them out develop too. They got great talents there. Imagine Gargano versus TJP, or even O'Reilly versus TJP. I would like to see that. Or, or them versus the Von Erichs, or them versus Jacob Fatu, Hammerstone. There's so many, even in New Japan Strong too. They could go to New Japan Strong. Rocky Romero, they could face J.R. Kratos, they could face Tyler Bateman, Carl Frederick, Carl Cloners. So much shit they could do in New Japan. They can even go to Japan, as a matter of fact, too, if they want to. The possibilities are endless for them. It's just I don't see them in AEW. What are you gonna do in AEW? They're super oversaturated already. I can't no more. Okay, you can bring O'Reilly. Imagine O'Reilly, the Undisputed Era versus the Young Bucks and Omega. You can have that. So you see how Mike is going to Flanders? You can have that.
Mode activated.
That could happen. Maybe that could be your Civil War right there, Elite. And then you can have, how about, the Bullet Club coming involved and everybody gets, that could happen. But then after that, what's next? It's just like it's tough, man. It's really tough. Like it's just too oversaturated for AEW. But I mean, if it's a one-time thing, I wouldn't mind it. But I'd rather see Gargano and Kyle, more with Kyle, because I don't know if he has kids or not. But Kyle, he can travel around the world. Gargano, on the other hand, though, has a baby on the way. Candice LeRae, she's still under contract, so we don't know what's going to happen with that. I even heard rumor window that Canada's contract's coming up too. So that's something like, oh shit, what are they gonna do? So it is tough, man. I don't know. Paul, we saw you already. We saw you walking in that new building. There was a footage of you. It looks like you're okay, but still, you need. Oh man, fuck you, Vince. It's gonna kill you. Oh, killed NXT.
It's okay, Ivan.
Sorry,
I'll come back to NXT and play some Motorhead.
Have the ratings dropped for NXT?
Not the best. Compared to the Black and Gold brand, they were more higher than this 2.0.
Wait. Black and Gold is higher than 2.0?
On viewerships and ratings, yes. This one is slightly like it's on 267, then it's a little bit below, or it's over 300 sometimes, or below, but it's it's mediocre because it's new. It's a developmental program now, so fuck it. Let's just before we jump in it. No, I don't want to jump into that yet. One thing I wanted to talk about: Undertaker's Mount Rushmore's on Kevin Hart's. What is it? Is it called Balls? Right?
I don't know, but they're showering together.
Ice bath.
Ice bath. His Mount Rushmore was The Rock, Stone Cold, Andre the Giant, and Shawn Michaels. Money Mike, do you agree with his Mount Rushmore?
Listen, guys, there's only one Mount Rushmore. There's only one right answer. Hogan, Rock, Austin, Cena. That is the only right answer for Mount Rushmore. That's it. That's it. And anything else is invalid because those are the four guys that changed wrestling. Rock and Austin, Attitude Era, Hogan because of everything he did, Cena, Ruthless Aggression, and beyond. Those are the four guys. There is no. I mean, are they the best in the ring? There's others. Shawn Michaels, for example, Flair, right? Well, if we're talking about Mount Rushmore, those are your guys right there. Andre the Giant, I don't know, and Lord bless his soul, but I wouldn't pick him to be in the Mount Rushmore. And I honestly would have picked Flair over Andre the Giant, but I feel like Undertaker has to deliver these WWE approved answers, so he would not be able to say Flair. So I don't know, everything is filtered through WWE, so I do not accept Undertaker's answer.
Matt Callan, do you accept his answer?
Some people should really give more credit to Andre the Giant in his New Japan days. He had some really, he was a whole different type of wrestler, you know. Even Cornette gave an analysis of like comparing Paul White with Andre the Giant. Like Andre the Giant was a whole different, you know, type of performer during his New Japan days. You know, very, very movement, a lot more movement, a lot more physicality, and a lot of, you know, it's a different atmosphere. You
I would
know,
say more than Giant Baba.
very much so. And Giant
Mhm.
Baba was busy, you know, being an administrator at the same time as being a wrestler. So, you know, he had to do the booking and then do the wrestling, you know.
Mhm.
So Andre the Giant in ring wise, I gotta say, is quite underrated. You know,
I
people
agree.
just think of him just doing like the power moves and, you know, just pushing you aside, but he's got, you know, for a giant, he's got some tools in the bag.
I agree. If you could go back and you YouTube his matches in New Japan, oh my god.
Big time.
Also,
Him and Hogan in New Japan, both
Oh, yeah.
wearing white trunks.
Yes.
to your point, Matt, I do feel that a lot of the Andre the Giant that we know, or that the casual fan might know, is WrestleMania 3,
Mm-hmm.
which Andre, it was in his documentary that he was wrestling injured and he was in pain at the time.
Very
He
true.
wasn't in his prime, so a lot of fans have not seen, you know, his New Japan days, for example.
And he was much more in the prime, and that's like that. I guess that's where like him and Hogan really got to know each other when they were younger. You know, hanging out together, them and Giant Baba and Antonio Inoki. They're probably all at the same izakaya. Probably like they had to like do renovations to the izakaya just so Andre the Giant could sit down. For those of you who've never been to an izakaya, it's just like a 10-seat pub with snacks. Really small place, and you know, you could drink as much beer as you want and sleep in the street after. But you know, they're so small, and I'm imagining, you know, Andre the Giant, since he's an actual giant, trying to sit down at one of those places. Oh, more beer, you know.
I can imagine that, right? Now, the last topic now for the Pro Wrestling News, I'm going to let Matt Callis take it away. What is going on with Pro Wrestling Noah and New Japan?
January 8th, New Japan, Wrestle Kingdom. They've got a third day of Wrestle Kingdom. And the three matches they are teasing, Kaito Kiyomiya, for those who don't know him, he's like a mix of Kota Ibushi and Kazuchika Okada. And Kiyomiya is teasing a match with Hiroshi Tanahashi, you know, your grizzled veteran. So that's one of the matches they're teasing. Keiji Muto, the legendary, the great Muta, possibly having a match with Kazuchika Okada, one of the main names from New Japan he has never faced.
I don't think it's going
Keiji,
to happen. He might fight Tanahashi.
mm,
Keiji Muto
Keiji,
Tanahashi.
that's a possibility. They haven't made the matches yet, but that's kind of what they're teasing. And the thing is, Keiji Muto's faced Tanahashi already, and he's faced Nakamura,
But
and you
as the
know,
great Muta, but not as Keiji Muto.
that is true.
Mm.
And another one that they're teasing, Katsuhiko Nakajima, the current Noah champion, up against, of course, Shingo Takagi, the
Yeah, but
current New Japan
he wants more
champion.
Okada, though. Of what I was watching the interviews of his, he wants more Okada because he's the one that called him out.
And
So
they're really, we don't know who's going to leave with what belt on the second day. So who knows what that would lead to. Maybe we might not know what the matches are until the night before.
very true.
It could be the second night of Wrestle Kingdom that we won't know the matches for. And let's not forget, oh yeah, and Marufuji, he was also like talking about who he might be facing as well. He's another one that's in the mix. And who knows, Marufuji has a history with Bryan Danielson in Ring of Honor. So, and then of course we have Kenta making his return to Pro Wrestling Noah as well. So many. Noah is definitely in this shared universe as part of the picture at this moment in time, because it's such big news. Noah was kind of in its own world, but now they're part of the shared universe. They're part of the picture. Yeah,
So all you have is New Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah. All you're missing is All Japan and DDT. That's all you're missing right there. What's the final one?
Dragon Gate.
Yes, and there you go.
Those are all the major Japanese promotion. GLEAT is an up and comer. That's like all GLEAT is made up of all of like the former owner of Noah. Yes. And that's definitely one that I really recommend people to go check out. They have their whole pay-per-views on YouTube. GLEAT, GLEAT. That's all like the former people from Noah, and their entire pay-per-views, 2-3 hour shows on YouTube for free.
Awesome. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Now let's get into Luchador entre dos o tres caídas sin límite de tiempo. And that
Lucha.
That is.
You know that song, right?
Go ahead. So you finish it.
I don't know. I don't even know to the chorus. Let's see.
I don't even know the chorus either.
Yes. But that's the intro. That's the intro to the song.
There you go. All right. So yes, we do have this Saturday, December 4th for you coming, ladies and gentlemen, on Fight TV. You can order it. Which I definitely need to order because it's going to happen at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 Eastern. And that is AAA Lucha Libre Triple Mania Regia Dos. That is right, because we will be seeing the debut of FTR in Mexico. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, as they'll be defending the AAA World Tag Team titles, the Lucha Bros, which I don't know if Phoenix is going to be there. So I have no idea what's going on. So we'll find out on Saturday. We do have a Lumberjack Trail match. You have Fabi Apache, Lady Shani, and Sexy Star 2 versus Las Tóxicas, which is Lady Maravilla, La Herida, and Flamer, I guess. And then, of course, you have a tag team match, Leyenda Americana, Gran Mazo versus Vioende y Engañazo. And, of course, this is the one that I'm just like, what in the hell did I just saw right here when we saw this match? Okay, it's a three-way trios match to determine the number one contender for the trios belt, which is Tito Santana, Carta Brava Jr., Moco Cota Jr. versus Los Vipers, Abismo Negro Jr., Ares, Psicosis, and Nueva Generación, which Dinamita, that's what they're, El Cuartero, Sazón, and Forastrón. You have that, and you have the trios match, La Empresa, Puma King, Sam Adonis, DMT Azul versus Dave the Clown, and the Psycho Circus, Monster Clown and Murder Clown. And then you have La Facción Ingobernable, that's right, which is Dragon Lee, and Tradistico, which is formerly known as Mystico, the original Miss Sin Cara from WWE, the original one, versus Laredo Kid, and to be announced. I'm excited to see who is his tag team partner. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And of course, we have, this is again the return of the man himself. That is Cain Velasquez, as he's teaming up with Psycho Clown Pagano versus L.A. Park y Los Mercenarios versus Rey Scorpion and Taurus. That's the co-main event. The return of Cain Velasquez. And the main event for Triple Mania Regia Dos is the fatal five-way to determine who will be crowned the new AAA Mega World Champion, which is Hijo de Viquino, who was supposed to fight Omega, but Omega relinquished the title due to injuries, as he will be facing Samurai del Sol, formerly known as Kalisto, Jay Lethal, Bobby Fish, and Bandito. This card is stacked, gentlemen. Matt Callis, I'll go to you, man. Talk to me. What are you looking forward to this? Who will be crowned the Mega AAA World Champion?
Man, that Bandito and Jay Lethal. all lethal, all lethal, all lethal, all blah, 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 you know. Spectacular.
Who do you got
I
in that one?
I was kind of hoping for of course I want Jay Lethal. He was, AEW under their thumb right now. They have two people that were the faces of two different promotions. Two different big time promotions, because Brian Cage was the face of Impact, Jay Lethal was the face of Ring of Honor. They were both their champions. And I definitely use both of them a lot, like right now, whatever I can, put titles on them, put them in high profile programs, anything I can. And I think Jay Lethal with the AAA title, that's more than deserved.
Oh my God. I woo. Money Mike, I need to hear your thoughts about it.
God bless AEW, because and yes, I know that they have nothing to do with this, or do they?
They do.
Because through the Forbidden Door, I am excited for this card. 2-3 years ago, I'd never seen AAA, and much less a show, an entire pay-per-view, and now I have. So going into this, I recognize names. I recognize AAA names like Psycho Clown, and Pagano, right? Through Chessman, yes. Through these Forbidden Door switcheroos and whatnot. So I'm genuinely excited for this AAA card. So and likewise for Wrestle Kingdom, actually. I'm actually looking forward to that too. So the Forbidden Door works. WWE should have done this years ago, man.
They had it, they fucked it up though.
Yeah. So overall, man, I'm looking forward to FTR and Lucha Bros. What can we expect with FTR walking in as champions, never having wrestled there? When has that happened? Right? I can't. Let me know in the comments when has something like that ever happened, that a champion walks in and never having ever wrestled there. So very interesting. The main event, yes. For whatever reason, I feel like they're gonna give it to Hijo del Viquino, because maybe that was going to be the plan all along. So maybe that's how it's going to go. But I could be surprised, of course. Yeah, so there's that. There was another match. I forget. Velasquez. Oh my gosh. Right.
Flanders mode.
Oh yes. Yes, please. Forget all that nonsense that happened in WWE. That is gone. That is long gone.
That never happened. That never happened.
Never happened.
Crown Royale, whatever Chris says.
Crown Royale. Shit, I'm about to have some right now.
Yeah,
and so this
better
is
be
on
ice
Saturday,
cold for Stone Cold. Yes, Saturday.
Mm-hmm. At what time? What time is this going to start?
4:30 Pacific Standard Time, PM, 7:30 Eastern.
There you go. I'm tuning in. I can't wait. Yeah, great stuff.
Oh my God, I can't wait either. I think this is the one I'm excited for. Yes, the card itself. But before we hold on, I need to ask you, Michael. So you say Hijo de Viquino, right?
Yes.
All right. Now I forgot to ask you too, man. Do you think Cain Velasquez will come back wearing a mask again, or do you think it's gonna be masked this time?
I think he should be able to. WWE doesn't own him.
No, they don't.
He's his own brand. They gotta kiss his hand. Cain Velasquez defeated Brock Lesnar. He made it happen. Yeah. He rolls the money. He rolls the nickels, man. He owns a money printing press.
Exactly.
He rolls the nickels. He rolls the nickels, man.
What do you think, Mike? You think he come back with the mask, or you think he should be maskless?
Honestly, I hope not. I hope it's Cain Velasquez, former UFC heavyweight champion, beating some of the toughest guys in that division. beating our boy Brock Lesnar, right? You know, to win the title. And yeah, it's gotta be Kane.
There you go. Oh man, this is so hard. I want Jay Lethal, but then I want Bobby Fish or Bandito. All of these 5 guys are great to be champion. It's just hard to see, like Hijo del Vecino, I wasn't familiar with him until Mike mentioned when we saw Kenny Omega first appearance of the Laredo kid. Then when I saw more Hijo del Vecino, okay, I did a research, and then this guy is great in the ring. Another underrated star. I wouldn't mind him being also, him keeping the belt back into Mexico. But it's, man, I don't know. It all depends what Conan and Tony Khan agree, because Conan is the head booker of Triple A. So I don't know what agreement they have, who's going to be the champion, but it's going to be interesting. I want Janito actually. I think Janito deserves it, damn. I think it's his time. It's his spotlight. He fucking needs it. Bandito had his time. Fish already, he had his time in NXT, but and Ring of Honor. Samurai de Soul, I want him, but I need Jay Lethal, damn it.
Jay Lethal's the hero of the underground. And Bandito just came off that Ring of Honor championship. So I think the Conan needs a box of Fig Newtons.
No, you know what? And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it. If Jay Lethal wins, I got to research it because I don't even know. Could he be the first ever African-American to hold the Mexican world title from a different company in Mexico? That's a big...
That'd be something else.
Right? That's what I'm saying. If he wins it, that opens...
In today's world?
Yes. Yep. Great minds thinks alike. I'm saying it opens that world to the Latino culture that we already here in the States have that already, with the Black and Brown movement and, everything what we have here, the diversity. But for, Mexican, over there, for them to see an African-American holding their belt, a major title that is known as the WWE of Mexico. But think about that. It's just like, that'll be historic. And for Conan to do that, that is going to make history. And I'll be so happy for Jay Lethal, because then oh my God, just think about how the social media world will explode. And I think it'll be in a positive note, because that opens eyes to the world that, hey, it's not about this. It's about what's here. Corazón.
El corazón. Yes.
That's right. I got to go with Jay Lethal, man. My heart is telling me Jay Lethal. Conan, if you're watching this or you're listening to this, I would book this shit. Make Jay Lethal the world champion. Be the face of AAA. Whew. And correct me if I'm wrong. Comment below if that's true. Will Jay Lethal be the first ever African American AAA Mega World Champion? Or is he the first person to ever do it if he wins it? I do not know the history much of AAA. I do, but I never seen,
I think I looked in the past Mega Campeons, and I don't think there has been.
No, right? That is interesting. Wow, I cannot believe that. Wow. Oh man, I can't wait. I'm excited for this Saturday's event.
Yeah.
I cannot wait, man. It's Sunday's event, so we have, of course, I've been treating this one, even though I have not been watching 2.0, and I'm going to say right here, which is the last topic of the night, ladies and gentlemen. We over here have not really paid attention to it, and that is NXT 2.0. But the only reason why I want to bring this up, because the people, we got to give the people what they want. Dirty Heels.
Courtesy of what?
Dirty Heels. That's right. We got to give the people what they want. The fact is that they want to get our thoughts of 2.0 War Games, which, Matt, what is it?
War Games.
War Games. That's right. Mike, what is it?
War Games.
There you go. Damn it. War Games. Damn it. That's right. And I like this because the main event for it is the Black and Gold brand versus the 2.0. The reason why it caught to my attention was that promo that Gargano, LA Knight, and Ciampa and Pete Dunne did when Gargano lost, the advantage of the first rounds to Braun Breaker, and the aftermath, and that's when LA Knight, I know guys, probably strong, You know, they're better than us, stronger than us. Wrong. Let me talk to you, baby. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. No. So we're the best. You know, we're the black. Everybody says, and then at the end, all of them say, we are NXT. I'm like, okay, I'm loving this promo. It caught my eyes. I gotta see this pay-per-view at least. I gotta see the main event. Let me go down to the card. So we do have the Cameron Grimes versus Duke Hudson for hair versus hair match. I did see they cut Cameron's beard and hair a little bit, not too much. Did see that. So I don't know what to expect for that. I'm not familiar with Duke Hudson because, like I said, have been not watching it. Roderick Strong versus Joe Gacy. Not really familiar with Joe Gacy either. I've seen how he looks. For the Cruiserweight title. Then we have the Imperium, who are the NXT Tag Team Champions, versus Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner. Edge 2.0, I guess they want to quote on it. It does not look like Edge. It does not look like Edge. Then we have the Women's War Games, which is Raquel Gonzalez, Io Shirai, Cora Jade, and Kaylee Ray versus Toxic Attraction and Dakota Kai. So, and that's the one. And the main event, which is Gargano, Ciampa, LA Knight, let me talk to you, baby, and Pete Dunne versus Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Walker, and Tony D'Angelo. Matt Callis, what are your thoughts? Should the black and gold brand win, or does Vince McMahon put the 2.0 over?
I want the gold and black to come back for the attack, and not be whack, So Paul,
and that's a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact, and I'm kind of hoping Paul Levesque will show up there and be like, yeah, I'm here to take care of you and make NXT a little bit better, listen to some Motorhead, play some more heavy metal, not be so bright, and not corny, with my sledgehammer.
Imagine
he shows the golden shovel.
Oh my God.
Golden shovel.
Jesus. Muddy Mike.
Yeah, I have not kept up. And kind of goes to show the disinterest in the WWE as a whole. That of course includes NXT. However, just going down the card, it seems that there's a mix of old and new. Yes. And by old, it's not really that old. NXT Black and Gold was around a few months ago, right? So it's a shame that a lot of people have been let go that could have been involved in this, but here we are, and War Games is going to be
War Games.
The match itself is always entertaining, so I'll be tuning in mostly for those two matches. So yeah, I look forward to the review.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing that caught me really more. Just the main event. Just because I like that promo that the old Black and Gold brand did. I just like, oh man, I love that shit. I just wish Triple H would show up and just go in there with a sledgehammer, destroy everything. Fuck all this colored shit. The hell with all this crap. This is not NXT, damn it. And just he goes in there, interferes in the match, and just sledgehammers Braun Breaker, and fucking just hold everybody's hands up in the black and gold, and then he's coming back. He said, "No, we are NXT," and end the show that way. And then the following week, we see everything back to normal to the black and gold brand. Oh my God, that was so epic.
Wishful thinking, man. Wishful thinking.
I don't give me what I want. I need that damn button. I need it. I need to create that. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, man. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, for episode 80. We appreciate you all for listening and tuning in, and to all of our audio platform listeners. who are listening, we want to go ahead and thank you all very much for listening y escuchando Circo Debate a todos mis centroamericanos de Latinoamérica que está escuchando nuestro capítulo aquí en Circo Debate capítulo 80. Le quiero agradecer a todos, muchas gracias por el apoyo, el soporte que nos han dado aquí en nuestro canal y recuerden que también tenemos nuestro canal de YouTube donde puedes suscribir y también escucharlos como lo estás escuchando en todas las áreas, plataformas, y lo agradecemos mucho por el apoyo y el soporte y los queremos mucho y que sigan escuchando y digan la palabra ahí que el Circo del Debate. Y muy pronto va a haber un canal y va a haber un capítulo de puro español entre yo y el señor Miguel López aquí. Vamos a tener eso muy pronto y enseñándole también al Mateo cómo hablar español y luego el otro, el Cristian, no el Cristian Castro, sino que el Cristian Kennedy, sepa la chingada como es apellido. But yes, and also new listeners from around the world that we have. And around Czech Republic, thank you very much for listening to Circle Debate. And wow, I'm just surprised, contents around the world listening to our platforms, and we appreciate the support. And what's the other, Mike? You gotta help me on the other one. What was the other one?
Kazakhstan.
There you go.
Isn't that where Borat is from?
There you go. Oh, that's what you wanted to say. Oh, okay.
Yes.
One of thank them as well for listening.
Very nice.
Yes, very, very nice. So let me pass it on to, of course, the god of podcasting here to let our European listeners that we appreciate for listening here on the COD. Take it away.
I'll say Nostrovia Nostrovia to everybody in Kazakhstan. And I will say, por una cabeza de un noble potría. A little bit of that. Yeah,
qué romántico.
Así es romántico.
Es romántico. Ja.
Sí. Ja.
Ja,
es ist gut. Und ich liebe alles sie. Und danke für hören Sie Circle of Debate und haben Sie einen guten Tag, gute Nacht, guten Abend. Ja, und tschüss.
Tschüss. There you go. That's right. That is right. And also to all of our subscribers on our YouTube channel, once again, thank you very much for watching and listening for Circle Debate. Don't forget to our new viewers and listeners, forget to subscribe. Right at the end of this video, there's right there a little subscribe and a bell. You can hit it with your ding, ding, ding. You'll get, of course, our weekly episodes, our top fives, our behind the scene blogs, exclusive interviews, and much more. And the League of Extraordinary Podcasts, shout out to them. I hope you guys enjoyed the Thanksgiving special. Shout out to all the League of Extraordinary Podcasts. Much love to all of you guys. I love you guys so much. And don't forget to stay tuned for a Christmas special. Will be coming with them pretty soon upcoming. We have a lot more coming here on the COD, and especially with now the official sponsor for Old Fashioned Wrestling and PCW Ultra. We have a lot of surprises coming to you all. So make sure you follow us. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much for tuning in here in episode 80. And yes, of course, Zhang of the AEW trading cards. Go ahead and sponsor them, Mike, before we end the show. Sponsor the AEW cards.
Absolutely. Get yours. They come out in December in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, these things are going to go up in value. So make sure you get yours now.
That is right. That's right. And also, don't not forget, ladies and gentlemen, as well, don't forget to get your merchandise, your merch. Get your Circle Debate merchandise on our link tree below. Go to our website, Circle Debate, with merchandise. And also, not forget, which I'll be adding, you can get your also Suplexology coming soon for Nagata podcasting himself, as he's making a Suplexology. Keep an eye on that. great content that Money Mike Lopez has as well for merchandising. Besides,
if you want to see me walking around up to my shenanigans, tune in.
That's right. Exactly. Tune in. And we got a lot more coming, ladies and gentlemen. A lot more. Can't wait. Don't forget this Sunday to tune in as well for the top 5. As the top 5 for this weekend is the top 5 ECW matches. So make sure that you tune in for that, because I know the one and only, he's going to give his 2 cents on that, and he has a lot to say. So you better better watch that for sure. Bro, there you go. There you go.
Add a little sass to it.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the host of TV is What I Would See. Here, of course, we need fellow horsemen, mis hermanos, my family, my blood right here. Which I have Mr. 69 himself, who just gave you his 69 answers, his 69 thoughts, his 69 reasons.
Don't get him started with any other 69 stuff going on.
Hey, it's already 70, 71, 70. I'm going higher on the numbers.
And that is the champion scene, Matt Callis. And of course, the man who is on the hour, by the hour, every hour, because he lives by these 5 catchphrases. 5, not 5 I's, but 5 U's. The 5 U's, because he is the most vital podcaster and the most valuable podcaster in the podcast community world, because he is the undisputed, the undefeated, the unmatched, the unrivaled, and the uncensored Money by God, Mike Lopez. As we all say, we all here do not just do podcasts.
I gotta say, we don't make podcasts. We introduce you to some new things. Bass kick swinging like I'm Bruce Lee. A shimmy like I'm on fire. So yeah.
Next.